Rolf Ketan Tepel has been invited to Berlin's Kronprinzenpalais. The Cologne-based artist is one of more than 500 people who have submitted suggestions for Germany's new Freedom and Unity Memorial.
My
proposal is this. It has to be social sculpture. I agree with Joseph Beuys. He said we urgently need a process of involvement. Everyone is an artist. Everyone has ideas. Everyone has hands they can use to contribute something. This idea of building a Freedom and Unity Memorial is perfectly suited to revive this form of art.
Outside his studio in Cologne, Tepel has dug out a mold for a round table in the ground. The table will be a place for people to sit together and discuss unity and freedom. His is one of the more unusual of the 532 proposals submitted to the open competition initiated by the German government. 20 years after events took place, the jury has to decide how the fall of the wall, the courage of ordinary citizens, and the peaceful revolution can be most fittingly commemorated. And where best to erect it in a city full of memories both positive and negative. There are memorials to the victims of the Holocaust, as well as monuments commemorating Germany's military victories and defeats. A spot has been designated in the heart of Berlin. The Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial stood here for about 50 years until it was demolished in 1950. The new memorial to democracy will stand on 3,000 square meters of granite that are a part of the former pedestal. It's a challenging proposition for an artist.
I'm not an artist, but I can see how difficult it will be to commemorate the peaceful revolution of 1989 artistically. Not only that, but reunification and the history of freedom and unity have to be worked into it. And, if possible, a nod to events in Leipzig. We'll have to sit down and discuss it a little further.
The designers and artists had expected to be part of the debate. Instead, they were given disappointing news. The selection process had been postponed because the jury cannot agree on a single one of the 532 submitted proposals. The artists are frustrated, the jury members on the defensive.
Who do you want to criticize? Each member of the jury, every single person, followed his or her convictions and judgment, his or her own artistic and aesthetic conscience.
The jury spent just 18 hours considering the proposals. That's about 2 minutes per design. The artists say not enough time was invested.
It's an absolute disgrace when you think of how much work, money, and time the artists have invested in this project.
The competition was designed to be as open and inclusive as possible. The result? Entries include everything from serious sculpture to the absurd and the bizarre, like this giant banana.
A golden banana, yes. I think this is one of the designs that have brought a bit of irony and humor to the debate about the memorial. There are a lot of ideas of this sort.
But most of the proposals are meant to be taken seriously. Many of the artists are angry. They say their work has not been given due consideration.
The whole procedure was very poorly planned. The usual discussion phase that everyone's complaining about now never took place. The competition has been fraught with problems. Even the site is disputed, as we've just heard. All these things that are being discussed now are normally worked out before proposals are solicited.
Whether this site will be occupied by Tepel's social sculpture or one of the other 531 proposals won't be decided today. A lot more discussion and debate will take place before Berlin finally gets its new memorial.